Hey guys, I just wanted to make this quick video about the new ban list and the restrictions that came out recently. So as we all aware that effective on the 31st, that UCO is going to be reduced to one, restricted to one each. Now, I do like this in a couple reasons. I feel like it makes the game more fair and more balanced. It doesn't like rush it too much. Um, with the new UCOs, the BT 16, 17, I feel like that's fair enough because they cost of one instead of paying for free for zero. And they hatch still and you're able to search out. So I think those more superior to this Uko. I'm surprised both didn't get hit, but it makes sense. This had to be restricted. Now, the it slows down the pace of the games a lot, which is a good thing because I feel like some of them will end quickly. And this really pushed the gas for this one. So the most common deck I feel like that got hit the most is definitely Nume after this hit. Um, I'm really happy to see this go to one. I just feel like you'll be able to play more staples and more generic cards where the deck's supposed to be to thrive. And I feel like this isn't necessarily a bad restriction, to be honest with you. I think I'll keep the game more balanced, and people get to run what they actually like instead of what's actually in the meta right now. Louis has been restricted to one. This one makes sense because if you use this with both Ukos, it's pretty much GG's. Um, I didn't expect this one to be one. It's kind of nuts to be honest with you, but it's saying because various decks uses countermeasures against the combination, decks that are strongly affected by countermeasures no longer be able to perform as effectively as they should, result in the loss of diversity in decks being used. So it's saying once returns match using mat on play effect, game speed accelerates dramatically, making it more difficult for decks to compete, which makes sense. This deck is pretty good. This Lou is pretty good compared with this Uko. You guys pretty much is the value of it. It's insane. Now the next thing that got hit is Hammer Spark. So this is very interesting. Play cost 0, you gain one. So if you open with like multiple of them, like in your hand, you gain member for free. So that makes sense. Where this one is just you be able to value the cards of blue. Again, the speed of getting the memory gauges back and then be able to use it for free. I think that's just very overpowered. The next one is Awakening the Golden Knights. I feel like this isn't too bad. Mainly in Magnamon X antibody. Let's read the reason why. This card is in decks mainly use BT6 Magnamon, which has a high usage rate in recent game environments with combined cards such as level 3 support devolutions that keep BT16 Magnamon X antibody on board early and move towards attacking. The above play is very powerful and creates situations that many decks can't handle. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Be able to push out for level 3 a Magnamon X antibody, which is pretty nuts. Um, Now, the next big hit was the NUMEMON X. Makes sense to me. It is a massive hit towards the deck. Let's read the reason why. It says when using NUMEMON decks, this card has a high board retention from the beginning of the game, and its inherent effect can be reused with a combination of other cards, allowing this single card to significantly increase the ability of control of the entire deck. In addition, since level 6 can also be played by an effect, it's also easy to digivolve there to level 7, which is high output, create one-sided control board at an early stage. For reasons stated above, we expect this card to will be played in a very large role in this deck, resulting in loss of diversity in this card includes the reason above. We have decided to restrict this card to 1. Now, with this card being restricted to 1, I know it's a massive hit, but I also thought that Mazimon X antibody was going to get hit as well. If those both cards got hit, I feel like the deck would be dead. But restricting it to 1, it might sound a little strange, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Yes, the on deletion effect is ridiculous. We know this. But I feel like maybe there's a way to go around it. Maybe we can get rid of that NUMEMON Platinum NUMEMON effect. Um, maybe the deck can be more focused around Manzimon. So I think I definitely go back to the drawing board for sure. And maybe this could be the end of Numemon because this Numemon X antibody pretty much carried the whole deck, along with Monzimon X antibodies. So it'll be very interesting to see what kind of decks and combinations will be um, made now with using this card to one. I feel like maybe I'll put the RB not Numemon in for a couple more. Raise it from one to three. Um, use more Manzimons. Maybe the deck will focus around the Numeme Manzimon effects still. Um, it is a massive loss for sure. Like my Numemon, I was gonna get ready to go to locals until this happened. So I gotta see if I want to build around this one or just find a new deck to go with. I think Numemon will definitely have a hit of what potential decks might be run into tournaments and online play. I don't know if people still want to be using this. I still think it's a very powerful deck, just because, like I stated, well, now you got to also think about Uko got hit and Louis, so now the whole back to the whole drawing board because with the Numes and the Ukos, that really was way too powerful for a long time. So the fact that this got hit and the Uko got hit and the Louis got hit, they pretty much was aiming for all the Numemon players out there because they just knew they were on top for such a long time for the last like two sets. So now that this has been restricted, um, it'll be very interesting to see what they would do. I would still play this deck. It's still very powerful, in my opinion. There's got to be other options now for everybody because now Uko is down. They'll probably use the BT16 one for sure, or BT17 for sure. I'll still run those in my decks. I feel like I gotta go back to the drawing board because I've also been thinking about running Red Hybrid. I fell in love with that deck, so I feel like I'm gonna do that one more. But yeah, Numemon was a big hit for sure. The next one that got hit, and the last one, it looks like, because this one's already old, um, TK. Now this one's interesting. So DK, so if you don't know, TK says, by returning the top card of security stack to your hand, you may replace one yellow card with vaccine from your hand to the bottom of the security stack, broken. And when a card is added to your security stack, by you suspending this tamer, gain one memory. So that itself is already broken. So the fact that I wasn't even thinking about TK because yeah, we got yellow decks and vaccines and all that. Um, it's very interesting how this will help the quote unquote yellow vaccine decks out there. How that they probably be taking a major hit. So this is saying it says having multiple of this card in play comes with easy to continuously and significantly increase memory, guaranteed accessibility in yellow vaccines decks and others that use this card. Also, this card throughout the entire game becomes significant since the inherit effect, which increases or decreases the security stack, can only be activated for low memory cost. On top of this, having memory gain after recovery effects lets the player do more and makes the matches take incessantly longer. We all know going against yellow vaccines is a nightmare, so I'm kind of happy this card got hit. Um, yeah, so I feel I'm not really a yellow player. I don't like just like I don't know. I just find it like you have to really like yellow to do that stuff because messing with the security stack and playing off that, especially we all know yellow vaccines. I feel like I don't know. That's never been my style. I tried it once and like I hated it because of how the gameplay is. I just feel like you're a troll, but that's how it is. So overall, this ban, this effect is it's just potentially well it is the 31st. I feel like that this was definitely needed in most cases for sure. I feel like just Nume was just way too powerful and just you know it's kind of boring to see the same decks over and over again. We want to see something different. We want to see something unique and that people can bring it to the table and just see, what combinations and what other cards that can be brought together. The game has so many different cards and combinations and just overall many Digimon decks that can be built and I just feel like most people didn't want. They just want to stay with the meta, and they just want to stay with the most powerful deck and the best chance of winning. You gotta learn how to start having fun again. It's gonna be cool to start from scratch because if Nume's gonna get hit, who's literally the top dog right now? Um, on the top of my head, I couldn't really tell you. I know Ancient Garurumon is going up there now. Um, yeah, pretty much is wide open to whoever wants to come up with a new spicy deck around this new ban list. Um, I feel like I know I'm definitely gonna start from scratch for a couple of decks because now everything's pretty much gone for them. But yeah, um, how about in the comment section, you guys let me know what you think about this restricted list. Do you think it's good for the game? Do you think it's bad for the game? What do you wish that got hit that didn't? Um, is there anything you want to see in the next one? Or just let me know what you guys are gonna be playing now since NUMEMON got hit pretty bad. I hope you guys like this video and you guys let me know if you guys want to see more stuff like this. Thanks, guys.